Hey Jesse, a couple months ago I asked you, who do you want next? And you said Joe Smith.
Right.
Today we're here.
Yep.
It's official.
Absolutely.
January 11th.
Yep.
What's the statement you're trying to make January 11th?
It's no statement. I'm not trying to make a statement. This not about boxing. This not about world titles. This not about rankings. This not about money. This not about ESPN and network. This about me wanting to fight him because he hurt the little boy. As kids, I just told him, I said, we all inspired by somebody, whether it's Hulk Hogan, whether it's Bruce Lee, whether it's Michael Jordan. We all, as little boys, we inspired by somebody to go out and be the best version to the world that we are. And Bernard Hopkins was that model for me. You know what I'm saying? He modeled me to be a kid to go out and get a best version of myself. So that's why it's more personal than anything. This picture right here says it all, man. Go ahead. Y'all can look at this picture, bro. I'm 9 years old, bro.
Wow, that's a picture right there.
And you know what he told me? You know what this man told me at 9 years old? You're gonna be something great. He said you're gonna be something great. He said you're gonna be something great. I'm gonna say it again. You can't never give up. You gotta keep boxing. You gotta keep pushing. It's gonna be times where they tell you you can't do it. It's gonna be times where you go into a gym and they tell you can't go an extra round. You ain't got enough in you. You gotta prove everybody wrong. You gotta hold something in you. This is the speech that he gave me one-on-one. It's deeper than just this fight. When I asked Bob Arum for this fight, I didn't say how much I'm getting. I didn't say what was the purse split. I didn't say what network we gonna be on. I didn't say how many ticket sales and we gotta. When I asked him for that fight and he offered it to me, I signed it. Ain't said a word. He sent me the contract. I signed it and ain't seen nothing. Ain't argue with purse. Ain't argue with nothing because it ain't about money. It's not about a network we on. It's not about ticket sales. We could be fighting for this. We could be fighting for this, and it's going to be a life or death match. We can be fighting for this right here, and it's going to be life or death because it's deeper than just this. It's deeper than any title that opposes to this fight, that presents itself to this fight. It's deeper than all that. It's personal because that little boy, that inspiration is hurt. That little boy is crying. If you don't know, I cried in my room for 2 days straight. The only one that get me out that room was my daughter after that fight. And I couldn't even look at my daughter and tell her right now I'm a man because that little boy was hurt. That kid, that inspiration was just, I was stressful. And it wasn't me that lost. It was a big burden, guys, and that's just like thinking about it. Like that shit was hurtful to me, man. Like my inspiration, my Hulk Hogan, my Michael Jordan, my Rocky Balboa, my dream, my idol, the guy who I modeled on that pedestal as a kid and put him up there as a kid. That little boy is hurt. That's the difference. That's the difference, y'all. That's that little boy right there is crying. And like I said, I don't care about selling tickets. I don't care about the purse. I don't care about where the fight was made. If Bob Arum said y'all got to fight in the basement with 40-ounce gloves on, it's something I need to get out. I need to let this out so I can move on for the fight with Better BA, so I can get a Canelo fight. I need to get this out my system. Out my system. So it's deeper than any person. Once a man need to get something off his chest, it's personal. It's not about nothing else. Once I need to get something on my chest, and I'm looking y'all in y'all face like a man, and I'm telling y'all that little boy is really hurt. This not for cameras. This not. And I was just telling y'all before the cameras came on how hard I was in a stress state. It's deep.
Now, just asking, that was a beautiful. I don't even know how to follow. I guess my whole thing is like I grew up watching Bernard Hopkins, just like you, and seeing how he was a specimen, I would say, of the sport. He took everything serious. He was, always a perfectionist in his craft, and he fought beyond his years. At a certain point, when you see him get a little bit older in the age, you still kind of go, but it's Bernard. He's done things like that. It doesn't really matter. Going into the fight, with Joe Smith, was that the same mentality that you had, or did you have a conversation with Bernard before going into that fight? Just wanting to get your mindset because,
I'm going into my fight or Bernard's fight with him?
Well, Bernard's fight.
When I talked to Bernard about the fight, he was training. He was looking good in the gym. He was going about his daily routine. I never had a conversation with him about Joe Smith because honestly, I'm gonna tell you guys the truth, I didn't know who Joe Smith was. I just knew he was fighting my idol, and I just thought like Bernard was gonna leave on the best of note. That was my thing. Bernard, you going out on top. You going out on top. No matter what nobody say, you did it your way. You went out on top. You fought promoters, you fought managers, you fought everybody. You going out on top, Bernard. You my man. I hugged him, and every day I watched him train. Now you gonna get him, and you still got power. And I'm saying this to him, and I ain't saying no truth. He dropped the kid. What was his name when he fought for the WBA? Shuzanoff.
Yeah.
Shuzanoff there at that age.
Yep.
Yeah. I said, Bernard, you still got power, baby. They just see this was gonna shock him. You go out with a knockout. This was gonna fool everybody at this age. And I'm telling him this in the gym, and like. I'm telling you, in the gym, he was stopping all his sparring partners. He hit one guy with an uppercut. Boom! God dropped to his knee. I said, damn, Nard, you looking good, baby. They can't say you ain't doing this, you ain't doing that. So it wasn't ever about Joe Smith. I didn't know who he was. But then when a fight happens, and after the fight happens, my immediate reaction was to cry. Because that little boy was hurt. See, when I look at it, my idol, like Bernard Hopkins, I idolize him. And that's what people don't understand. Once you idolize a guy like that, and once you idolize anybody, and I just explained to y'all, as a little boy, you said you watched him, but coming from the same city, coming from the same area, and all your friends like, man, Bernard Hopkins, and we all, yeah, Bernard Hopkins on, and he beat Trinidad, and well, we got Bernard Hopkins, and we playing with the gloves, and we putting on the gloves, and we choosing who he is, and he's saying I'm Roy Jones, he's saying he Muhammad Ali, I'm saying I'm Bernard Hopkins. That was the first name came to mind. I'm Bernard. You him, all right, I'm him. Or it's like the same thing in my neighborhood where when guys drive the cars down the streets and you be like, that's my car right there, or that's my. I know everybody played that game.
Yep.
It's like we pick our person who we are, and I pick Bernard Hopkins every time. So that same little boy was devastated in 2016. He was. Like I said, I was in my room for 2 days crying. My daughter came out and was like, Daddy, come on, let's forget about it. Daddy, it's okay. She kept saying it's okay. She didn't know what I was crying about, but it wasn't the man, it was that little boy that idolized. And again, as little boys, we all got somebody we idolize. And when you can't find the inspiration to pick up a camera, when you can't find the inspiration to go forth on with your daily job or do whatever you're gonna do, who we all go back to? That inspiration. Then why am I doing it? Because I want to be this like this guy. Or I want to do this like this person. Or I want to be here like this person. That inspiration, we must not forget that inspiration.
When you got this fight, did you call Hopkins? Like, yo, I got the fight, I'm gonna get him back for you.
Yes, absolutely. I called him. I said revenge is. They say revenge is for the Lord, but God gonna sit this one out. That was personal. I said, Bernard, I got that fight with Joe Smith. They say revenge for the Lord. They say that's what it says in the Bible. They say revenge is for the Lord. Revenge is for the Lord. But God gonna have to sit this one out. That's how I feel.
This isn't about scorecards. This isn't about winning the fight. You want to take him out. You want to beat him up.
I'm not even going to say what I want to do to this man on camera, because people gonna really look at me like I'm a demonic person, and I don't want to, and I wouldn't wish that on nobody. But I want him to retire. And if he don't retire after this, then I don't.
Every time I see you fight, man, we always see a really passionate guy in the ring.
Yeah.
But this time around, is it going to be another level?
Absolutely. Because in those fights, right, what y'all seen was the guttiness, the heart, the determination. But y'all didn't see. I don't think y'all saw a guy who's willing to win or die if he have to at any cost and risk everything. I'm willing to risk it all to satisfy this basement, this little boy. That kid, Jesse Hart. That picture I just showed y'all. I'm willing to risk everything to satisfy him. It's not about the man needs, because I got investments, My daughter gets set up. Everybody's around me good. My mom, my dad, everybody's good. I can retire the day tomorrow, man. But that kid still in that basement. Your inspiration hurt, Jess. Your idol hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Now, every time I talk to a fighter from Philly, it's like a totally different. Like Philly fighters is definitely a one-of-a-kind thing. From Bernard Hopkins, you, J-Rock. I mean, it just seems so different. You guys are very passionate, a lot of grit. You guys never quit at this point. You mentioned earlier that Philly reached out to you and said you have to do this for Philly. Who were some of those people that reached out to you?
I was in the grocery store. I was pushing a cart. A lady. She was, I think, around Bernard Hopkins' age, and she said, "You Jesse Hart." I said, "Yeah, man." I said, "Why you say that?" Immediately, she said, "You gotta avenge Bernard Hopkins' loss." So wow. So you follow boxing? She said, "No, I follow Bernard Hopkins, and I follow Philadelphia boxing. I don't follow." You got to get this back for Bernard Hopkins. And I got my cart. I'm putting A's in my cart. And that's a real sensitive subject already for me, guys. So I told the lady, I'm going to get it back, but sweetheart, kindly, that's a real sensitive subject. I'd rather not talk about that. She was like, well, I'm just putting it in your ear. You got to get him back. I went to school with Bernard Hopkins. She said, I went to school with Bernard Hopkins in Germantown. We got to get him back.
Wow.
So that's a childhood friend of mine. You gotta come on. So I went to the tire shop. Old guy, he changed tires. In my neighborhood of North Philly. Said, man, before Bernard became champ, he always used to come here and get his tires changed. I remember he was driving a Cadillac. Now he got a newer car, XYZ. You gotta get him back. I was like. He said, you gotta be the one who do it because you from North Philly. Ain't no all these other fighters, I don't care, they from all, but you from North Philly, you from his home. And I mean, my mother. He gave my mother a kiss, right? He kissed my mom, right? Right here on this photo. It was photos I saw, right? I'm sorry, but he kissed my mom. Bernard did, right?
Man, you can tell right off that this is not a normal fight for you. This is definitely.
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. He kissed my mother, like my mom. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show y'all the video.
Does this feel bigger and more important than the world title fight?
Absolutely. For me, absolutely.
Because you were pumped up.
I just gotta show y'all this video.
When you had that rematch,
yeah.
This is even more.
Yes, this surpasses that.
I mean, I think you speak for, not from an unbiased point, but from fans that are really big Bernard Hopkins fans that grew up watching him like.
Not just that. I mean, what he came from, what he surpasses. He came from the penitentiary, guys.
Right, exactly.
He came from the penitentiary. He was doing bad things in the streets, and he was a really, really, his life wasn't there. And people can say this or people say that, but his life wasn't people didn't model his life because they thought he was going to go back to jail. His own family turned their back on him sometimes because they said, Bernard, you're going to come out there, you're going to go right back to jail, and you're going to be the same. You're not changing. And for Bernard to surpass that and not go back to the streets of Philadelphia because everybody gravitate you, they want you to go back. That's special in itself, guys.
So did you have the same kind of feelings on the other side when he got inducted to the Hall of Fame?
I cried.
Yeah, you did? I
was like, yo, man, they're going to pick my idol. I'm going to New York. I got to be there.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, man, I'll pay for my ticket. He said, man, you can go with me. And I said, no, bro. I got to go to New York and see you get inducted. That's my... And we got a writer, too, Bernard Fernandez from Philadelphia. He's getting inducted as well as a sports writer. And it's like that I think that is going to be like a big moment. And not only that, y'all know they building a statue for him in North Philly.
Oh wow!
I did not know that.
So we can move over the Rocky.
They're not building it at the art museum. Yeah. They're not building it. They building it where Bernard Hopkins from in North Philadelphia.
Wow.
Like for
dope.
all the kids, that's more than dope, bro. That's the inspiration that he has on people and the effect that he has on the kids in the community. And it's like, yo, if you want to be anything great and they tell you can't, and the warden told him he coming back, And this guy said Bernard Hopkins will never amount to anything. Model this. Look at this. Look at this. We built it. That same guy had a statue built in Philadelphia.
Are there any statues like that in North Philly?
No. No, he had to be the first one in actual North Philly. See, they got the Rocky statue down, the art museum, which is a tour guide.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't got statues.
No, not at all.
Bro, they don't, bro, and that's what I'm saying.
It's one thing to have a mural, but to have a statue.
That's something else. Out
of all the athletes that came out of Philly.
Yeah, like, and y'all get a fake fighter that. Y'all give a fake fighter that. So it's like.
So that was probably thinking back to a couple of weeks ago, there was a fight in Philly, and you and Bernard were together. I think they were putting it on camera.
Yeah. That he showed up, and I sat next to him. That little boy still is there. That inspiration is still like that. That's and I keep saying that's a sensitive subject. I don't even think I have the video in here anymore. But that's a very, very sensitive subject when you talking about Bernard Hopkins losing to that kid like that. To me, that's very heartbreaking, and like, yo, you got to get that back, man. Like, people keep telling me that. Like, I keep telling myself that. I keep saying, yo, I can't move forward in my life, not only just in boxing, but I gotta, cause that little boy, man, it all goes back to that kid, the kid Jesse Hart. The kid wears a kid like myself. First person he introduced me to another champion. It was at one of my fights in Atlantic City, right? Bernard introduced me to Lennox Lewis.
Oh wow.
Look at me. I'm just fresh out the ring. He said, Jesse, come here. He said, Jess, that's how close this man is to me. And I just showed her the picture when I was 11.
That's dope.
Lennox Lewis, and I don't even know Lennox Lewis, but I know him. I want you to meet somebody. I want you to meet somebody, call me, grab me. I said, yeah, Bernard, like a kid. Yeah, Bernard, I want you to meet Lennox, man. I want you to talk to him. I said, Lennox Lewis? He said, yeah, Lennox Lewis, man. He want to talk to you. He said he want to say a couple words to you. And pictures like that, things like that, of that nature, people don't have. People can't say that they idol, that somebody they idolize became a big brother or a mentor to them. Bernard Hopkins is a mentor. Bernard Hopkins is a big brother. Bernard Hopkins not only tell me about life, not only tell me about boxing, but he tell me about life. And yo, man, education for your daughter is the most important. Set a trust fund up for your daughter. Do this for your daughter. Do this for you. Now I got a son. And they say, man, we don't want our sons to box. Rich kids don't fight, Jesse. It don't never work out good for them. It don't work out good for trust fund kids. So your son's going to be a trust fund baby. He's already going to be set up. Don't. He's not boxing. And Bernard Hopkins have a son. He plays football though.
Yeah.
He likes it though. He likes it. Little B-Hop likes it. Yeah. But Bernard be like, he's not going to play football. No, he's going to be a college guy. I want him to play. Sports is not. I did that. I went through it so he wouldn't have to. And the whole thing with that is Bernard Hopkins, man, was a teacher. Not only about boxing, but a life guide. Mm-hmm. I had my daughter. He gave me advice on my daughter and what I need to do for her to set her up about life. That's bigger than boxing. That's bigger than boxing. If I'm not boxing today or tomorrow, Bernard Hopkins will still call me. That's big. Well, what you doing, Jess? Got investments? What you doing? How your daughter doing? How's mom? If I call him right now, I bet you ask me how my mom is. I could call Bernard Hopkins right now. First thing come out of his mouth, how's mom? That's big for me. Like that's things that guys can't model. That's things that, I mean, people can't pay for. A guy, a mentor, a legend, an icon like that, like Bernard Hopkins. Me, Bernard. We was running on Kelly Drive.
Oh, wow.
Showed me his running path. Bro, this is deeper than the boxing match, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I had a fight coming up. He ain't had a fight coming up. I said, Bernard, man, you ain't got to run. I'm running with this, man. I'm running. I'm going. Look at him giving me game.
5 in the morning.
5 in the morning. Bernard out there running with me.
Jesse Hart, little friend coming up. My boy.
That's Bernard. I'm listening to him right.
Early morning run.
That little boy, see, that's why it's deeper for me and with this fight, because that little boy hurt, man. That's Bernard. I can actually say I ran with Bernard Hopkins. I can actually say Bernard Hopkins picked me up in his car. I can actually say Bernard Hopkins came into my neighborhood, which is the bottom of North Philly. I'm talking about some real savage dudes out there that's doing negative things. Sat with me on that corner, ain't nobody touch him, and talked to me. Got out his car and ain't nobody. Oh, what's up, B-Hop? He talked to me. He got, Jess, man, what you doing out here this late? Let's go, man. Come on, man. Move out this corner, man. I want you. These boys, they gonna be what they gonna be. No training, but you got a chance. Hey, listen, you get out this corner, man. Go ahead. You got a fight coming up. You pro now. This when I was pro, I was still trying to be down with the guys and from my neighborhood. And, no, you changed, man. Not saying that I changed like that. People out there taking pictures of us. Think I'm lying? You on the block right here.
Oh, wow.
People sending it to me. That's me, that's hot. I'm smiling because my man said something. He like, man, listen to him. He like, man, get out of it. But yeah, that's when he told me, yo, get out of here. And I just put my head down. I was like, all right. Like, that's cool though, right? This shit is like.
So this is almost a dynamic where if someone like knocked out their father, and you're
basically,
like, you know what I'm saying, and you want to get it back.
That magnitude.
Is it safe to say that Bernard would be in attendance, or you're not sure yet?
I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see about that. We're gonna wait and see.
Can't reveal everything, right?
Nah, we're gonna have to wait and see about that, guys. That's gonna be everybody's one. That's what everybody.
That's the $1 million question that everyone's gonna be asking, right?
That's the $1 million question. Is Bernard gonna be there? Is Bernard gonna walk you to the ring? Is he gonna be? Man, you know you can't. I mean, that's the $1 million question that everybody wanna know. But you know, hopefully he can make it. Hopefully, you know. But yo, Bernard is like, I'm showing y'all these pictures because I want y'all to know how deep it is. It's not just a boxing match to me. Bernard was really my idol. I idolized that man.
Does his nephew still fight?
Demetrius?
Yeah.
No, Demetrius. He blew his opportunity. Bernard gave him all the opportunity in the world, but Bernard said, you know what he did do wrong? He gave him. He didn't make him work for things, and that's why he didn't model what he had. He said he gave him, but
because he was a good fighter.
Yeah, Demetrius.
Yeah.
Oh wow, where was this at?
That's a great
This was at the gym. I was laughing.
These are like some GQ. Like these are perfect pictures. Like you didn't have to hang these around the house.
But like, I was laughing. I'd be laughing. Like I'd be really like. We be really living life and people just be snapping pictures.
Can I ask you a question, like from like a from a Bernard Hopkins fan and a boxing fan? You know, when that notorious Roy Jones Bernard Hopkins rival, like they fought the first time very early. When most boxers wouldn't do that nowadays. It has to build up.
Right.
And later on, you got that fight, that rematch.
Right.
And he won.
Right.
And it's like, move Roy Jones out, Bernard Hopkins. Like, is that how you felt with those Roy Jones, Bernard Hopkins debates growing up as a kid?
I felt like, I always felt like Bernard Hopkins was better because his storyline, where he came from. He didn't come from no gold medal.
Right, that's true.
He didn't come from no Olympics. He didn't come from the amateur system. Roy Jones winning golden gloves. He came from the penitentiary. So of course he had to learn the system. It took him. I always knew Bernard Hopkins was better. I just thought he's going to need more time to develop as a professional boxer. Roy Jones had a head start. Roy Jones was fighting the world championships. Roy Jones was fighting in Russia. Roy Jones was fighting in the Olympics. Roy Jones was in the national golden gloves. He was in the all these different places. But Bernard Hopkins didn't get that same cut because history didn't give him that chance because he put himself in that penitentiary position. So his boxing Jones was really not like Roy Jones. I mean, they the same age, but they took two different roads. Bernard, he needed more time to develop. As you know, the system now with the amateurs, they come right out, 3-4 fights, they fighting for a world title.
Yeah, it's crazy now.
3-4 fights, you fighting for a world title. Kissing my mother.
This is it.
Oh man.
Wow. This is bigger than boxing.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Got my the woman who birthed me, I'm kissing her, bro. That's how. If that ain't bigger than boxing, y'all, I don't know what else to tell y'all.
Yo, all
Ooh,
this
you giving me
emotion,
all these chills, man.
it's gonna kind of. I mean, you know, it's kind of.
Definitely gonna be hard to keep my.
That's what I'm saying. Like in the gym and training and all that. Like all
My
this
mother again, man.
Wow.
It's my mom. That's the lady who gave me life,
Right.
birthed me. Him and my mom again.
Wow.
Mother, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, like, look at that and be like, if y'all don't look at that and be like,
Man, I never knew this backstory about you and Bernard. I never knew that.
never,
It's crazy.
never.
Yeah.
And I just, that was
now
a
it's
little bit I
really
gave
about to come
y'all.
out.
That was a little bit that I gave y'all. All these
Yeah.
pictures I got right here on this phone that I never released, because you never release everything to the social media because they ain't for the world.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't want the world. This
Yeah,
personal.
it's-
These be personal
right.
pictures.
Yeah.
So it'd be like, yeah, that he kissing my mom.
You send all that to ESPN? They know about all this?
No, they don't know about it. I mean, I told Bob I didn't want to release all these
Okay.
pictures. Like I want to keep some of that with me and him personal.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to keep photos of him pulling up on me in my neighborhood personal. I want to keep photos. Some of them, I really want to keep
Yeah.
like private. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not for the world to know. You know what I mean? That's not for ticket sales. That's why I just told y'all it's not for ticket sales. It's not for publicity. It's not
This
for
is who you are, you know?
Yeah, it's my real life. You know what I'm saying? It's him and my dad. This when he came to the house. He was just coming from a press conference in New York. He came to my house.
Wow.
I took the picture with my phone.
That was a great picture when you were younger with Hopkins.
Yeah, with that fish. Yeah, that's like, that's why I put that. No, I do. I got it in my house. And this is another joint when he pulled up on me on the block.
Oh shit.
Wow. Yeah, you know, this
My man was on the side of me like this when he had his camera like this. How was that picture? What? I was what? Then I was pro then. See the light poles and all that shit.
Yeah, it looks like a movie.
I know, that's a movie. That's a movie
My
shot.
friend, he couldn't believe Bernard was pulled up.
Oh, you got excited.
Everybody don't believe it until he be in the hood, like pulling like he'll pull right to North Philly. Nobody won't tell. He come to the slums of North Philly.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So
That made your week right there.
that made my whole life, man. That bro. When I this is a joint at the media tip right here. I was training. I was getting ready for a fight. He came to the gym, and the media was all in. That was the media day. Took that joint, but yeah, I got a lot of pictures. That boy, that's why it's personal.
Will he be there? Come to your fight.
We gonna have
That's
to,
the $1 million question, man.
$1 million
We don't, you know, maybe.
That's the $1 million question, man. You know what I'm saying? So
Well,
thanks, bro. Thank y'all.
any last minute?
Thank y'all. Thanks. Bro.
Any last minute words for your fans tuning in to fight? You know,
January
you probably
11th.
told the most beautiful
Yo.
story I captured this year, man. I'm just like so.
Thanks. Tune in January 11th. This is gonna be personal, man. If you ain't got your tickets, if y'all can't get there in Atlantic City, ESPN is showing the fight. ESPN Plus is showing the fight. Get y'all tickets if y'all can get to Atlantic City. Jesse Hart.